Okay, hello shitfucks. This is Dr. TJ Retardo coming at you guys with a sick new idea, a new commentary, a new piece of gameplay, a new piece of gay retardation, whatever you want to call it. In this piece of fuckface, I'm going to play a role each game, ranging from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's all the way from hard support to like a semi-farming support to an offlaner up to a mid and a carry position. I'm going to play one of each game. I'm going to stream each game. I'm going to talk through my decision making during the game. So this is the first one. I'm going to start with a 5 roll. I'm going to play Shadow Demon, which is a hero not everybody's 100% comfortable playing, but it's a hero that's quite good, in my opinion. It's a hero I'm quite familiar with. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to talk about what I'm doing on the heroes specifically, and how to play a good Shadow Demon, but also I want to talk about, in general, good supporting, good positioning, how to help your team, and how to play better in general. Now, I'm not an amazing player. You can see this is a 4K average game on my Smurf. We already have some team banter. Talk again. Okay, that's me breaking this up. Anyway, so I'm going to talk through my decision-making process. I'm not an amazing player. I'm not a terrible one, and if there are moments when I do say something wrong or think in a bad way, hopefully you as the viewer can pick that out and think for yourselves whether I made a good decision or a bad decision. You can see the outcome, of course, of the game, whether we win or lose, or we get an objective or not, or I die or I don't, or someone else dies or they doesn't, or they don't, we win a fight or not, etc. So I think Please. I think okay, that's fine. So he loads the game. 2 wards current, immediately give the wards the offlaner. That's very standard. Give the mid to fucking hell. What the fuck is this? Okay, what the fuck? Fucking hell. Joe and his retardation. Okay, so this, folks. Fuck. Okay, we got it. It's fucking retard. Okay, I fucked a bit. Oh jeez. But we're okay. I'm gonna buy these items because I want to harass the offlaner. Shitting hell. I want to harass the offlaner, but I don't want to. SF come tangos. After doing that, we're gonna F1 that shit. Okay, so we're going to tangos. Ignore team. In fact, for now, actually, just to prove how. Oh, I always want to mute it. Prove how legit you can be. I'm just going to mute team. Just play team to awareness. So, given our mids and tangos, you've got 2 walls, you've got a courier. That's very standard, obviously. For some reason, all my stuff isn't on the right hotkey, but we'll figure that out as we go along. Watching out for a bounty here. Good luck. I'm guessing in a room. No, okay, we're doing it right. Now here we want to watch the enemy lane, or the enemy off lane. If they're good, we'll try and do is make the range creep go in front, so that our creeps attack it first. So we want to be there to receive the range creep, it's called, as a hard support. So you simply stand around, check whether they've actually done this type of block. If they have, you receive the range creep, let it hit you a few times, it goes to the back of the thing. Let's see if they've done this sort of block. Not quite. No, don't need to. We're on it off lane. I didn't see any arrows in the room, so we suspect that she's saved the skill point. At this point, we need to keep in mind where tower aggro ranges, so ult, very easy, and where creep XP ranges, so keep running out of that. It looks like she's going to simply arrow this hard camp, and then perhaps do her own thing. We'll have a roaming bounty here. So yeah, not the worst thing. I don't think she blocked that at all. Given that Nate seems relatively happy, I'm going to start pulling. I'm just going to ping it, he knows what's up. I'm not bothered stacking, so I'm going to pull through here. And yeah, still saving a skill point, I'm not sure what I need. Disruption is a good skill, I'll probably max it first, which sounds weird, but it's actually very good. Rana's back in lane, and I will go there soon, but I reckon the trade's okay, given that Nate's level 2 already. She is still a meager level 1. At this point we pull through. It's just something you have to feel, I'm sorry, but you'll get like a thing for it. You don't have to worry too much about the last hits here, as long as your creeps join the pull. I lost one there. It's a tough join there actually. Lost 2. Anyway, well, as long as your creeps join the pull, at least one creeps join the pull, it's pretty much okay. He's alright, keep an eye out for sounds, very important to wear okay headphones, or at least not be too distracted. Now at this point, I'm confident we'll need... Fucking hell. Okay, I'm gonna go for the room, but whilst it's happening, I'm... Careful bottle SF. If you don't move the courier too near your shit. That was a bit vague, but I think I ended. It's an all hotkey retardation. Oh, shit. Okay. At this point, I should probably pick up a TP. It's good to have TPO, especially because it only costs 50 gold, and here at Shadow Demon I can easily turn ganks around. I'm also looking to upgrade the courier as soon as it comes available. Now Nix does seem relatively happy, although I should be doing double pulling. His hotkey retardation is obviously the most helpful thing. He himself might be looking to figure out some pulls. As I have to say, this is a bit of a dubious strat I'm doing. I'm not sure what the ping was for. I've muted him, but I wouldn't be too concerned. Now I'm keeping on the courier here, just to make sure that I bounce on Centaur, that's fine then. Centaur is still quite tanky early game, and he does have the ring protection in the form of a talon and the stout shield, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I'm not going to run over there. To be honest, the bounty wastes time doing this. That's really okay, and actually, we got first blood there, so we'll say well played and go for this. I seem to have up to the pull here slightly. I was trying to do it a bit later because I think last time it was too early. That's unfortunate. I think Nix is still doing alright, however. Keeping on Mirana. At this point, another good thing to do is check the level. So Mirana's level 4, which means she definitely is doing some shit on her big camp. But Nix with level 5 soon, so that's good enough for me. Do this, okay. I'm going to set up a gank mid soon. We'll bring Dust over, and now we just buy boots ASAP. Let's see if the groups tap me, they don't. That means probably no essentially. It's a good save for me, but I'm afraid we're probably all still dead. That was unfortunate. I mean, 3-man gank. Not sure what I could do there really. It was nice to send for the Shuriken, but there's a whole lot to be done. He does have a stomp. That's pretty good. He can sell boots. And now I buy a wall at this point as well. A bit low on mana. And I think we're roaming quite a lot, so 1 is a bad thing for that. Now, Fuckface is bringing himself a 3 of health, which is good, and that's fine. Just like reuse, please. Re. At this point, we're gonna think fucking mango. Okay, got the idea. Nice. We want to keep an eye out for out stacks in the Legion's retarded farm. It's always good to look at the top of your thing, think about which heroes are doing what at which points of the game. So Bounty roaming early, Legion looks like he's jungling. So we plot a little ward here. Looks like that camp's been cleared. This one's cleared as well. I'm going to block this one. That one is not blocked, which is fine. I didn't intend for it to be blocked. It's good to keep tabs on people. You don't have to block all the camps, as sometimes it's beneficial to have them stationary at one point attacking their creeps, just so that you can catch them out later. This guy's here. I've got a dust. If it was near a tower, I would go. And the rune's been taken top, which is an interesting sign. It probably means that Buffett's here. This guy's level 5. Okay, that was a bit of let's see if we can get a kill. Okay, no, sorry. Someone's fine. So there I bought out before I died, so it could be worse. And she didn't get a jewel off. Or at least she could go jewel off. Draw jewel from some random other fucker we didn't care about. Thinking about 2 people TP there. Mara's level 6 though, which isn't ideal, but she doesn't have enough mana to sustain ulti usage and also arrow usages. So that's alright. I'm going to look now to be buying up the next set of wards, keeping an eye on the map. I have vision in the jungle, which is good. But we get more vision for our safe carry, who's doing well. It looks like he's on track to a it's either like a blink or a fucking Midas off. No, JK getting armor, which is good. That's positive news to fight early. You infest the centaur, infest the tide, whoever needs it. I'm a great counter to Alp because of several things. Not really going to all the Shadow Demon nuances now. That's fine. And we all got ward here, which is nice and sensible to do. Okay, that was pretty tired, I think. I first wall here in. And it's gonna be alright. I'm running to the next. Arrow coming. Whoops, that was pretty bad. But we're okay. That's pretty good. Things going pretty well. Our mid seems happy. We've got good control there. I'm just gonna hide in the tower. I mean, whatever. Tough game. I could have played that better if I ran around the tower and just juice a little bit. It would be fine. Knowing the shuriken cooldown at level, I guess not level 4, level 6. That was from my death there, I think. So level 5. Maxing the shuriken, I think, is still 12 seconds. I mean, or something like that. So it's I could have treated it a bit more and played it better. That's unfortunate. I'm going to grab this for JK. I'm not going to grab this. I'm going to grab some wards. If I had the turn available, I'd buy it for my level 6. I'm going to get this because I have a little physical damage. As a sport, you want to make sure you can survive the fights, survive long enough to actually help your allies and kill people and do things. So just make you feel comfortable. I'm going to go top a bit, although I don't think I can do a lot. That was probably a bad TP, I'm not sure it was needed. That's just for the security for the tires. Cleaners. These are man boots, and we're going to see if we can get through. I'm not the best at talking all the time. At this point, CD TP, sorry. That was my bad, probably. I should have TP top, basically, that's the end of the story. Okay, so now I'm thinking I want to tide to go a little bit of farm. He's close to his blink. I don't want to get ganks, so I'm keeping an eye on top. Now, could I have gone with help? Probably. Although form is being drawn is fine, makes it be relatively uncontested. I don't use dives. No. So we're going to go in that regard. Jugger bring Balth and Omni Slash and then do some sick disruptions. That will be pretty cool. Got Mirana coming here. So we just sort of ping it out a little bit. Hope people get a message. Looks like he does. He's heading back. I'll then go take the neutrals. Thanks. Out meanwhile is going for some gimpy radiance build. This guy has that. Good, just keep an eye on what the enemy have. Let your allies know. What do you think? We can guess at this point that something's going to happen regarding a fucking bounty. Say whoops, because I could have probably acted a bit more mental there. You've got to think they're going to hit mid soon. Imagine the arrows will come. Okay, went there. That's fine, I guess. Switch items around a little bit. Thanks to that. There's a I think Mirana ulti, careful. Or maybe not, maybe she didn't, I don't fucking know. Like to express your fucking mistakes and make them. At this point I'm still just babysitting the SF a little bit. We can probably get a duel off. Okay, the max disruption out. My eyes might agree. Okay, that's Dank. Close to my reach kind of. I don't know if the SF wanted to. Unfortunately, didn't first time. That's a Ravaging Fest with Blink. That's some Dank team right there. So yeah. Tide, whose Blink was got by me helping top lane a little bit, that very sitting now becoming useful, and Nick's also doing stuff with his armor, which is good. He recognised the team was being pressured early by all their shit, basically, the random bounty, so he thought I need an item that can get me some stuff now. So that's what we've got. Yeah, some nice Centaur SD is a very nice combo. The boar item, so could be worse. And also got a few kills in the process. Playing back just to be safe. That's a polite thing to do. Centaur might survive now. Chose, lol, I don't know. SF has his ulti still there, so he might get back in. 4. That's pretty dank right there though, also. Maybe bottle, I don't know, just a thought. He might shoot me, okay, whatever, JK. That was me being a bit micromanagey, I think that's a bit scared of the SF now. Tim, no, we can't do it. Okay, this game, looking at heroes, as support, I want to survive, I want to do damage, I want to get things going. So I'm thinking Ghost Scepter perhaps as all physical, although I believe the ulti purges it and I need to press it in time, to be honest. Don't know what the fuck time's doing now, honestly. This guy's being so they help a little bit. The other thing I want to do is save my allies and help them initiate. So I reckon that I believe. What am I doing here? That's a bit retired, but yeah, I think it's a good use of reward. I believe something that helps us as physical will be good. Medallion of Courage, perhaps. Help me help my allies. Help the dual person. I think Medallion's good. It's also good with my illusions I create. So I think I'll build Medallion of Courage. Sounds about right. And then I also want Initiation onto them, or we do a Tide. And I want some way of catching Mirana and Bounty, if possible, with Disruption. As whilst Tide ulti is great, we don't want to perhaps rely on that all the time. As if it retired last thing there. Last is very important support. You want to when you get space like this, use it. Although I'm 4% at my levels in SD. I should also be warning a bit more on this. And I expect to die relatively soon. Let's see if they can click it fast enough. Okay, not too bad actually. Got some of the Bassi soon. This gives you a chance to ward now to that space, so I'm going to go wall up Rosh, make sure they aren't sneaking it with their they could do a acid spray jug ward combination with a bit of Mirana arrow to stun him for a while. That can happen, so we're going to try and stop that from occurring. What do you want? They're ping for mana moves, you can tell what they want, because they don't have any fucking mana. My shit's on cooldown, but good luck. That's a polite way of saying, yeah, don't touch. At this point, bot lane is also a bit free. I doubt the Bounty's fucking bot. Bounty's top. So, I've got detection, but I'm way too far, sorry. That's a nice polite thing to say. Now, it's one thing to see how your team is doing, it's also another thing to fucking make use of space. Even supports can make use of space sometimes, although you have to communicate to teaming a lot fucking there. Otherwise they'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, that's unfortunate. Track kills as well. That's the big thing in this game. They have lots of physical DPS, which points to a late game favourability. But they also have a bounty, so you know, if they can get to that point, yeah, I'm backing. I could perhaps kill a jug, but I'm scared you'll just battle period through my illusions with the only slash. So it's a bit of scare. I don't want to risk it too much. Just gotta be careful on this one. I'm gonna stack this quickly so I can grab some much needed support farm. We're also gonna pull it apparently. Keep on both so we can get last, that's what we need to. Well. I could assemble the Bassi, I can't be really bothered, so I'm just gonna try and get both more marriage and some hell SD. I'm gonna go for Yule soon as well to help save people and me perhaps from duel. Next doing very well, we can consider rushing soon. I'm gonna tell my team that. I've got Medallion, we can rush soon maybe. After this one. And now we're just gonna help our friends. That's pretty dank. Okay, we could have maybe gone, but whatever. We're not going. Okay, whoops, my bad. Sentry, you can kill him. Please fucking kill him. Nice. Okay, that's right. Makes us farming, they getting kills, that's fun. Then Mirana ulti, careful. Care top, I think. Mirana ulti. It was SM, what the fuck he's doing. He's doing Aghanim's, I mean, it's a good build, but I don't know, just ulting on top of that. This is scary for general until the tower. If he just spins instantly, it shouldn't be an issue. Okay, here it's one I'm going to buy a few more wars. Make sure we're getting full control of the map. Sort this one up, it's pretty good. Let's go for the armaments, who's either going for a really late radio, which is giving up an idea. Either is good for us. Can I stat this? Not sure what it's saying, but it's pretty good. I think actually Force Off's probably better initiator, I better say that. At this point we're thinking about Ganky or Rush, but they've got, he's got the smokes. If I can hear us the smoke closer. A lot of smokes are gone, can they help? At this point we want to keep him out. I'm tracked. So I'll just go a bit behind you. Yeah. And there's not much we can do. I think I'm fine, but being tracked is quite a dangerous position. Coming back to base in 2 PM. Well played. So yeah, I was initiated on. My team helped me. They realised that blowing a Ravage for a fucking SD and a Legion, whatever, might not be the biggest thing in the world, but they recognised that it's better to fight 5v4 rather than 4v4 or 4v5 each. They would usually kill me. So there's good Ravage usage. Here, Alps up top. I'm just going to TP and stuff like that, I think. With such a lead, I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes back. Shame really. Probably kill that guy if he cuts up some armor stuff. Anyone be careful. Bounce SS. I'm alone support way past my tower. I'm gonna drop back just in case. But someone else. TV kill on yet. Looks like some of you had the same idea around the 4-star, which is good. I think it's a Sentinel. Nice. Good initiation, good saving. Power. At this point I'm trying to get some more farm top. My team's doing quite handy. I'm always keeping an eye on the minimap here. My eyes are always here. I see she's just had to blink in and stun, but luckily this guy was quick enough with his fingers to blink out. My build might look funny, but percentage base damage is good. Only disruption is too good to pass up. It's too good ability. And poison is quite easy to set up with Ravage and Central Suns, so that's my reason behind it. I think it's the maximum damage output by hero. Quite ahead, so it doesn't make a huge difference either way. Okay, so Sentinel will be looking to get some retarded item, probably treads or near too soon. Okay, it's a good point. They can't check Rush because that would shame for real. As an exponential for Legion, it's pretty good. However, I'm running. This is why another reason why I need 4-star, just to not be a fucking retard. But yeah, so the support you want to use space if you're giving it. but basically work with the team and try and help set kills, help them in general. This is a very optimistic CP, but I mean, it's worth the kill. 400 build. I mean, it might be raging that finally I wouldn't be. It's worth the kill to drop an extra sentry. I was pretty sure I'd get it at this point, but I was going to say, not feed. No, I was going to say distract myself so we can bait the initiation. I think we'll probably just get back now. We're very spread out. Not the team. 2 behind you, Centaur, careful. There's quite a few behind you. Got Rax, so notice. That's just my champagne attention. Like Crimson. He stomps and stomp force. If he hadn't forced stuff up, it would be fine. That's a shame. So yeah, stay with your team, help the team, anticipate enemies' movements. There are things I can be doing as a shadow team if I wasn't talking to myself, where I could see that Legion has pressed the attack on herself, or she's turned very purposefully towards someone. That means she's got to blink on that person, and I can slowly get her heads up, because the chance that she changes her blink target as I'm mid casting Disruption, which does a small cast time, but no small one, are quite low. It's quite a, I'd say quite a high, quite a difficult thing to do. High skill thing to do. So you can do that. You always want to make sure you have vision on the map. It's very important. Don't take farm from your allies, but use farm that you're given. That's most important thing. Okay, that was a good move from Centaur. Another duel on me, but this time I believe my eyes will clear up. Perhaps not null, like I don't know. I was a bit retarded. SS playing a bit like a retard, but play by early, so I guess it's excusable. Don't know what the fuck this Legion's doing. Yeah, don't feed on 100 damage. Part of your job as support is also to recognise what the fuck's going on. Often your carries are very busy farming and trying to focus on outplaying the enemy. As support, because it's less important what you're doing, not important, but there's a limit to outplaying someone's support. You want to keep an eye on the game and often direct. That's why a lot of captains end up being supports, or supports end up being captains rather. At this point I'm going by force off, I really fucking need some time item. And he recognises that, thank God. Okay. That is a bit retarded. If you'd used it earlier, maybe something better would happen. But the jewels would put you right on top of them, so it wouldn't have got the centre damage anyway, and you'd have to move to got damage. So it's a good thing to use at the end, however. It wasn't meant to be apparently. Taking a bounty yet, finish off our full staff. We'll buy a ward in a moment. I'm watching the mini-map moves. There's a bit too bad edge, some illusions. I have no vision. What the fuck is this? Okay, that was a misclick, but don't panic. I'll do retarded. I'm putting a boy next to F. Okay, I think I was the right play. Got with the ball. Okay. Remember, blame elbows through BKB. Careful next. Next got a change there. That's a shame. This is also funny. This is because I'm dead, probably. If I hadn't been fed earlier, I'd be able to stop this disruption. Just focus. Or remember, you also need a little chili with your team. Unfortunately, you need to take the dual damage, so that's a shame. They were just increase the illusions, pretty tough. They do get lifesteal though, they get passives, but they don't get much else. Why the fuck are these always out of stock? Who's buying these smokes? Who's buying our smokes? Like, what the fuck? I don't know what the fuck's going on. I think someone's buying the smokes and literally just killing them. Like, I don't know. That's alright. We got gem, we got the centaur, that's good purchase. Tanky Hurricane Initiator's taking. Quite reasonable. Please stay. Good for now. It's 5. We help the centaur with he's going to initiate still, probably not. That's alright. Okay, they're rushing. Get back, wait for Nyx, please. Wait for Nyx. We can fight. Help. The Legion's be this hard, I don't know. This guy is fun. We get Seal. Main key plays at this is quite important. Now this might seem like a weird thing that jungle vision do a lot of damage. Some of these crits are from me as well. I'm going to spread out the damage through this. Fucking hell, these strength treads. Strength treads. Okay. And strength treads. Never mind. Game's going south. But we're getting things done. And I'm getting spells from the fights, which is most important. I'm using my ulti, I'm using other things. At this point in the game it's quite tough to have a high impact support. If you survive at all, that's a good thing. Sonic Agnums is quite strong, shading both the tank ability and the fact it's fucking OP upgrades. With Rift there, that was let's just stall a little bit more. Not watching it. I think it's been 5 minutes before we push our racks next, without use especially. So we're not too concerned about needing it very soon, I believe. The defensive warding is going to happen. Just to secure our jungle for our farming contingent. I think we could have gone that before they arrived, but that's a bit. Okay, so at this point, as a support, I'm thinking keep the vision up. Tide and Central help with that as well, because they're nice people. Let this guy get his fucking refresher there. Holy shit, he has no farm. Anyway, so yeah, keep the vision up. Know when to initiate fights and use my best scaling abilities, which are a massive slow disruption and the soul clasher shit in the fights. Make sure to get them off on good targets. You need to really think hard about what you're doing now. So, what's the best target for disruption? Well, any one of my allies gets dueled. That's a start. Or Alchemist. Or Juggernaut. Probably Juggernaut or any of my allies. That's probably the order. I should probably wait for them to initiate, disrupt the duel. I can stand very far back with my 4-star, but hopefully get a force on in. And that would be my tactic. I don't think I should initiate, especially the Centaur Tithe combination. I don't know what's going on in all chat, but fucking who knows. I don't fucking know what's going on. Yeah, so that's disruption. Soul catcher. Anything we need to kill, basically. So basically Juggernaut or the Legion if she's dueling someone. Bounty could be as well. That's fine. It's very tough to hit. So basically you're gonna get someone with Volta's attacking hero. That's alright. Ulti, probably Legion's big one before she duels. Or that is unfortunate, but I should say doing that already. That's unfortunate. Vision. Good to see there. So at this point the vision is the most important thing. Yeah, if he turns up as well, I want to get level 16 ulti. It's a big aspiration. Doesn't increase damage much, but it'll help if I get my hands. You would think maybe I should save Dragon's Wall first. Fuck that shit. Nice for playing around here. Okay. Good bash. Combine the Rosh Time. Saw the Age, saw the gun of course, but just remind people what's going on, what stages of the game. Our jungle will see as well warders, that means we are carries can farm with the SF aura. I expect we do a lot of damage. Our late games are comparable, especially with the title. That was retarded. Our Centaur didn't see. Okay, never mind then. I'm waiting to blink on him. Chose to blink on some fucker. Good second ulti. Soul flash from there just to keep myself alive. Well, not to be. Not sure why our Centaur isn't there, but that's life. You don't want to really annoy your allies, they're still fucking annoying. Doesn't like the glyph, that's a shame, but we'll do what we can. That's not the red jug, I think. Does it at times, I don't know what's going on. Out to our allies, just tell what the fuck they need to be doing. I'm going fucking mid. I want to clear out our base just so the creeps have a clear run at them. Help yellow top guys, help central. He's waiting for me to disrupt him in case something bad happens. It's pretty dank. Let's get this. This is the ultimate pushing hero. Not very fast. Centaur illusions do a lot of damage to tower with a turn. That's the big reason we disrupt him. Jump the tide so we can get his ulti off. If I survive, I'm happy basically. I want to pick up gem then, that's why I dropped critical wounds. Didn't work out there. Don't about those buyback guys, it's fucking retarded. Got a tower, do my shells. Fable back a couple there. Could be worse. I've got my magnums, this will be a big factor in the next fight. I'm thinking we're going to blink now as well, just so I can really get an extra amount of range. Either that or like a hex. Maybe not a blink actually. My positioning's been pretty well so far. I haven't died the first, I've died with my team, which is sort of part of the deal. Go by Python. Okay. There we go. We're fighting for now, we don't want to fuck around too much. No, what are you doing? Come on. How's the times? Not sure why I did that. I'm a mistake to I'll find that first. I'll talk after this fight, that is too precious. going, you fucking retards. Maybe I should have bought Blink. We fucking have kills I have Blink right now. Just saying, double person doing things that's just me panicking a little bit there. Okay, so I positioned well. I call out heroes that need to be called out, and I save people that need to be saved. There's some initiation on the SF. You got wrecked a little bit. Here we got some buybacks. Don't feed top, please. They pull back. That's my advice to the fuck face. When they glyph, I'll disruption because I don't do too damage. And I think they still would glyph up. Or I just got the fucking jungle. That's the way to go. Really cool. It's cool having hexes too, but. Okay, I'll just be making space, not through the duel. We expect Out to come out soon, so we'll be ready to disrupt him. Obviously, not going to try that hard, but it's a real game. Smoking recharge. Anyway, okay. I didn't speak to what I should have perhaps, but that's I think this might be one of the easier roles to play. That was a little video explaining how hard sport should ideally play. Well, not ideally, but how one thinks is a hard sport at the 4 kmr ranked game. You'll notice I had the lowest last hits and the but not the lowest GPM. So I was really ready for helping the team. I found I had a bit of a struggle at the time. But basically, the Nakes early was okay. I recognise that after a few pulls. It all goes plan actually, but you know, you often didn't get too much farm, and Mirage didn't do too much going into early game and mid game. So at that point, I knew it might be better to roam a little bit. Bounty was causing havoc. Sentinel played very well. He managed lots of time in the jungle, which is tough when Bounty's roaming on you. But I had bought some dust early. I had boots and TP ready to go if I needed it. Sentinel got ganked a few times, he didn't tilt, so I got Sentinel. SF got ganked a few times, didn't tilt though. I was there to help him at some moments. My pick was quite good. It's probably more of a vesting counter pick, to be honest, as it works very well. It's just lead and duel, naturally, and things like Alchemist and Jungle are great things to make illusions of. I managed to get farm basically throughout the game whilst trying to help my team, and I thought about my items. Medallion was to tank me up and to help us their physical damage, and to help our team in fact as we're stacking physical damage from Lifestealer Feast, which is physical, and also Shadowbeam's Aura, which helps a lot in that regard. 4-star for initiation power, and to save myself, as surviving is really very important. When I go Ether Lens, I already have fucking long range on my spells. What I needed more was to move my actual hero's body, not just cast spells. Although it wouldn't have been bad, Ether Lens wouldn't have been bad. Also, there's a bit more versatility, of course, with 4-star allies. I don't think I have a 4-star for ally this game, but it was there if needed. Sentinel forced me once or twice, which is very helpful. That's why he went the item as well. Aghanims, late game tankability, and being able to purge well for people is great. And Blink at the very end, just literally for catching people, as positioning is everything. Late game, typically. Wasn't the most amazing game in the world by me, but I think I helped, contributed. I warded a lot early. I made sure the courier was up, upgraded at 3 minutes. That's particularly important versus the bounty hunter, and also when you have something like a SF mid who relies on incremental games with items, i.e. he gets items and he has to really play well to sort of play around the items and what he's doing in this game. It's not like a TA where you can just farm whatever your stacks or shit. I mean, you can as SF, but SF's a tough hero to play early in the game, so he needs every little bit. So having a faster courier, getting items faster, is a big thing there. Bottle courier wells as well if you need it, would be a big thing for your SF. But mainly it's for the bounty and the fact that it helps the whole team. Warding early, making sure your offlaners are ward quickly so you can get into position. You didn't have the easiest game tied into, but you got something certainly. It would have been harder had he not had the ward straight away. Doing my SF tangos as well may have helped. You got a double kill first blood if I remember correctly on the bounty hunter and then the mid alchemist. So went well for him. I didn't sentry mid early, which is something you might want to do, although that was because typically the other sport high, that's him in the central jungling, so a bit less like a semi-sport, more or less than hard jungler. But thankfully the bounty wasn't ganking mid too much anyway, it was just not jungle. Into mid game and late game, you wanted to keep an eye on the enemy camps, where the enemy are, help remind your cores, as we'll come into later videos, cores are a big thing to deal with in terms of farming and positioning, and their item choices are very important. So they have lots of focus on there. They want to eat every little bit out of the map that they can as a sport and want to make their life easier. So tell them what's going on, help direct them, and give them vision when they can. And then late game, the most important thing is, well, early game also is important, but not as important. You need to look at enemy heroes, and early game you see what happens. So if there's a Mirana in front of you, disrupt the Mirana, or if there's whoever, you do whatever, you see it, you take it as it comes. Late game, because they have blinks and initiation, their damage is so high they can kill with a few hits in a team, I mean, you really want to think about using your spells on enemy heroes, which hero would be best for which spell. So there's inevitably going to be a 5v5, Rax or something like that, some sort of rejecting the Roche perhaps, or Smoke 5v5, or Mirana ulti 5v5, lots of ways. And within that 5v5, who do you want to ulti? How do you want to support your team? What should I disrupt, etc. What should I stun, blinking on, etc. Who should I medallion? These things you've got to think about. If you do the right thing, you'll get a whole lot out of your hero. Because late game, sure you might have a Legion with 1000 damage, which is disrupted for 3 seconds, which isn't doing damage for 3 seconds. Similarly, with a Tide, the Legion might think, okay, let's ulti a Tide, GG, kill Tide. If you then save the Tide, he gets on 2 Ravages, he wins the game. Or rather, you win the game as a support, because you saved your hero. You've made the difference. So yeah, just think about that. Think about good targets for illusions, stuff like that. Who to ulti, and who's going to be a pain for you. So Alchemist often stun me, but I managed to force stuff out of the way. So he may stun me, but then in order to kill me, he'd have to walk quite far out of the fight to kill me, which takes him away from hitting my cores, which takes him away from being damaged to my team, which in essence is a good thing, and often didn't do quite enough damage to kill me anyway, so that's always a nice thing. My allies played quite well, I have to admit, throughout the whole game. They recognised when it was good to save an SD, when it was good to fight a few little feeds here and there from them, and from me as well, but overall it was quite a rounded team. It didn't hurt that our draft was probably better than theirs, but that's also part of winning the game. Okay, those are some good things I've covered, I think. Late game in terms of also keeping an eye on enemy heroes and what you're going to plan to use your things on, because everything happens so fast in team fight late game. You have a plan beforehand. You can't just go into a team fight thinking, oh, what about disrupt hero? And then you've got to think in your head, okay, what's going to happen? You're just going to blink in, disrupt that person, go from there. Or if there's enemy core, you need to focus. Let's say they had a DP. I'd be very conscientious to try really hard to get the soul cap from the DP, because 50% extra magical damage is no joke. No joke late game, even. Yeah, so positioning and figuring out who the fuck to use your spells on, and warning. That's all we can ask for from support. There isn't a lot to go into in farming. If you're given space, use it. Recognise when your team needs space to take from you. If you I didn't do a lot of it here, unfortunately, but I should have stacked perhaps for SF. Recognise what your allied heroes need to survive and to do well. SF could take stacks. Central is jungling. If Central hadn't been jungling, I wouldn't be stacking. That's a fact. So I can also deal with stacks. Maybe I should have stacked the Agents a few times, but I was worried perhaps the Juggernaut, which went Battle Fury, to come and take them as well, or Alchemist, another good Ancient stealer. Also things to think about. Basically, you need to plan your game ahead and do your best to think in a clever way, in a smart way, about how your hero is used best within the team and the enemy team. And that leads on to the other point about why sports are often captains, and why they often so often lead because they should have a good overview of what's going on. Because as an underfarmed hero, who's probably underleveled as well compared to the rest of the enemy team, you need to pull your weight. And the only way you can do that and outplay the enemy to such an extent that you are a very useful hero is by really thinking about the game and playing smart. Okay, so that's all I can think of off the top of my head. There's a little hard support guide for you. I don't think I got items particularly quickly. I died 10 times, which was quite a lot. However, I did contribute to a lot of fights, and the times I died were often silly mistakes I think you can learn from. So, getting blinked on my Legion. There are times I should have stayed further back. There are times I didn't know where Legion was, which is another issue. I can always scout with Shadow Poison. But yeah, so I didn't play perfectly at all. But I think I did okay with a few items. I definitely made a difference, especially late game. I definitely made differences. And I think you can tell that, be it from sentry placing, or ulting, or disrupting. Cool, so that's the end of my first video of the 5-part series on how to play different standard roles in the game. That was in Shadow Demon, but I hope a lot of the things I talked about apply to different heroes, think about their abilities, and think about what's going on. The next one's going to be 4-position semi-support. This one might be quite hard because I'll need to find some sort of team willing to let me play a slightly more farming role on the support. I think we can manage.